Hi, thanks for tuning in to Interview with the Corpse. I'm your host, Dani Lauer, and I'm here with psychoanalyst Erik Erikson, all the way from Frankfurt, Germany. Erik, since you invented the 8 stages of development, tell us about your childhood.
Guten Tag there. I was born in 1902. My father was a stockbroker and fled the country in connection with fraud and criminal ties. Then my mother married my pediatrician, who later adopted me. I have 3 half-sisters. I got teased a lot at school for being Jewish, and I got teased at the synagogue for being tall and blonde. This created in me an interest about the study of identity.
Wow, it sounds like you had a pretty rough childhood, Erik.
Oh yes.
So tell me, how did you find your identity?
Well, I came up with a theory of 8 stages of development. That was, of course, after I moved to America in 1933. It begins in infancy, where you develop the idea of trust versus mistrust. If we pass successfully through this period of life, we believe that life is okay, and we have confidence in the future. If we fail to experience trust and our basic needs are not met in this period of life, we will feel hopeless and mistrust the world and everything in it. And that is the first stage of development.
That's all very interesting, Erik. So I've heard you've been very successful since you came to America. Tell me about that.
When I came to America, I was in stage 6 of my development. This is when one struggles with intimacy versus isolation. I was intimate with my thoughts on a very deep level, and I became very successful in America. I taught at Harvard, Yale, Berkeley, the San Francisco Psychoanalytic Institute, Austin Riggs Center, and the Center for Advanced Studies of Behavioral Science in my lifetime. I also had my own private practice of psychoanalysis. Then I proceeded to win the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award for my book, Gandhi's Truth.
Wow, it's all very interesting. And you definitely have to have some pretty deep thoughts to be able to teach at Harvard.
Oh yes.
So tell me, I'm 18 years old. What stage of development would I be in?
That would be identity versus role confusion. In this stage, development depends on what is done to us and primarily what we do. In this stage, you are neither a child nor an adult, and people struggle to find their own identity and attempt to decide their own morals.
Can you tell me a little bit more about role confusion?
Role confusion is a negative outlook on life. It's basically when you don't like your life. But of course, this is only if you're unsuccessful. We discover who we are as individuals and separate ourselves from our family.
I would definitely hate to be in role confusion right now. So tell me, in your experience, what was the most difficult stage of life?
Well, that is debatable. It depends on the person. For me, it was late adulthood. This stage is integrity versus despair. I found myself reflecting on my life, thinking of things I'd wanted to do but never did. I spent all of my time working on this theory, and not enough time with my wife, Joan, who was a dance teacher at Hietzing School, where I began my career.
Well, it sounds like you've had a very nice time here in America and your life. And thank you for being my interviewee for the night.
Oh, thank you.
And good night.